Going to be there soon, guys. Make sure you are checking the comments if you're watching the replay, because that's where the timestamps are going to be. But if you are just jumping in, I'm just sharing out to the other platforms. I'll be right there, guys.
Vibration upgrade in progress. 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 Vibration upgrade at 50%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade at 75%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade is complete. Your messenger has arrived. The show will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Tanya Lee of Harmonia, and we are here for another edition of All Signs Week Ahead. We're going to see what the weekly energy is. For those of you who are looking for me on Friday, I apologize. I had to reschedule. We are actually planned to do the love readings on Monday evening. We had some nasty storms out here on Friday, and honestly, it reflected my mood. My energy was so not with it. I was completely zapped and I had to deal with flooding. So everything's okay. My basement's okay. But it was just a lot going on Friday. So that's why I rescheduled the live for tomorrow night. So we're going to have the All Signs True Intentions love readings tomorrow evening. And I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. We're going to see what's ahead here for collectively for us this week. Don't be shy. Say hello. Let me know that you're here. Hello. Looks like my moderators are all in the house. Hello, Mitzi. Hello, Bernadette. Debbie. Welcome back, Star. How's everybody doing? I got everybody on every different platform, which is kind of nice. You all enjoying your weekend? I had a good weekend. I have been catching up. Like I said, I had was feeling completely under the weather and exhausted on Friday with dealing with a flooded basement. But beyond that, Saturday was a nice day for me to re-anchor, and I've been working all day. So also want to remind you guys too that it's already filling up for one-on-one services in September, and I have like maybe 1 week left in August. I'm already booking out in October. So if you are looking for a one-on-one session with me, whether it's readings, mediumship, or mentorship, this would be the time to make sure you get your names in the book because I have a very limited schedule in September because I'm going away again closer to my birthday time. So just want to bring that out to you guys that it's booking up. It's booking up quite quickly. And I'll try to do some, live nights for the mini readings. mini readings here for you. Some of you had showed up. Thank you, Mitzi. Thanks for already. Mitzi's already on it. She's like, we are starting this donation train. Yes, that's right. We also have a collective bonus, guys, that we are doing here on YouTube. If we get 5 donations, we will unlock the collective bonus for this afternoon. Mitzi already put into it, so now we need 4. I am a early Libra, so my birthday is on September 29th. But I'm going away like mid-September for an early celebration here with a good friend of mine. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Going to be the big 4-9, my last 40th. My last 40th. Because, you know, when you hit a certain stage, you stay that age for like 9 years. That's how I play it. So when I turn 50, I'll be 50 for 9 more years. I do it by like, you know, tens. We do it by tens. Absolutely. All right, let's see what's going on here. Guys, don't forget, sharing is caring. So if you are on Facebook or in other platforms, and if you share out, that would be great, because we just started to go back to the All Signs week ahead to Sunday afternoons. So we'll be regularly on here Sunday afternoons moving forward here and out. We shifted that a little bit to Saturday, but yeah, we're going to move on here. All right, let's see what's going on here in the skies. And there is actually a lot going on this week. Because, you know, when is there not something going on this week? All right, we still have Venus and Libra here, but Venus is going to get complicated on Monday, okay? Because Venus, the planet of love and attraction, is interacting with both Pluto and Neptune. And it's going to be a little bit opposition and deep thoughts here. So there can be a lot of deep feelings. And it's also a really good, powerful time for attraction and transformation. Neptune is asking a really big question, and that is this. Ready? Because I like to bring things back down to affirmations. Am I seeing this clearly, or am I seeing what I want to see? Oh, so make sure you're seeing opposing forces. That's how I like to use whenever their planets here are kind of like opposing one another. It's like, let's see both perspectives. So I like to bring that in place here for you. On Tuesday, on August 11th, we have Mars entering Cancer. That should be fun. Mars is all about action and drive. And, you know, you can utilize anger here, but you can use anger in a very healthy way. But it's going to be interesting when it's combined here with Cancer, which brings up the emotions, the home, and the family security. So it's going to be a real focus on what matters enough for us to actually protect on or to let go of. And that will be interesting entering the energy here. Ooh, try to say that a couple of times with Cancer within Mars. And then on August 12th, we have the total solar eclipse and the new moon in Leo. Roar. Yeah, it's really a big astrology event. And on top of that, I think on the 12th, we have 6 planets also being aligned visibly as well, included in that. So lots going on here. But, you know, the solar eclipse brings in the major reset release around who we've been versus who we're becoming. Okay, so it's kind of like the old version of us versus this new version of us. And some of us will partially be able to see that solar eclipse. I know for me, it's going to be midday. Of course, if you want to see it in total, you got to be in places like Greenland and Iceland and northern Spain. So, but you can see the partial of it for a while. So that's a lot going on here with the eclipse season too. So those are the main events here in astrology news for this week. We also, just to remind you here too, that we have a ton of energy with the eclipse around Mercury too, which is activating a lot of attention to conversations, information, and those sudden shifts in perspective. So it will be interesting how this plays out with our reading today in the collective message and in the individual zodiac sign readings. And we're going to get started on there. All right, you guys ready? Let me move some things around here. Let's do it. Mitzi says, Daddy Pluto, Neptune, high vibing Daddy Saturn. Yes, exactly. It's an interesting combo for sure. For sure. All right, let's roll the dice here first. Let's see which archetype is with us. But also, if you see the numbers here this week, this message here may be for you. Let's call in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascendant masters. Spirit, if we can hone into the collective, whether they're here for the live or the replay, which archetype is here for us to embody and help us? Oh, you know, this goes really, really well with the train that's happening here with Venus, and those opposing planets, and definitely. But we have the number 3 here, which brings in the artist. And the artist is all about expression, self-expression. It's all about collaboration, working with your gifts, but also bringing it to life in a transformative way. It's staying focused on the task. I love how it's bringing in also the supporting cast member here of the witness, which is that reflection part that we just discussed. That's the in-between world that we just were focusing on here with astrology news too, some of those bigger questions that Neptune's going to be pulling in. But there's just something here about a massive breakthrough when it comes to deep connections. And that's going to play differently in each individual sign. All right, we're going to have the artist. Like I said, the artist is going to come here throughout the readings. All right, let's see what our affirmation is here. Now, we'll also have, or each sign will have their own affirmation and what to look at with their auntie messages here. But also, we're going to see here what card is in place here. This is a Louise Hayes deck. I love Louise Hayes. Collective, let go of all fear and doubt, and life becomes simple and easy for me. I like this. So this is something here you may want to screenshot and remember for this week. Let go of all fear and doubt. If there's something here that you're worried about, try to look at it as more of a simple shape and form instead of making it more complex. All right. What else is going on here? Oh, I forgot to put the banner on here to let people know that we got a goal going on. We do. We have a goal going on, guys. Here we go. All right. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. How are we showing up this week with embodied energy of that artist? How are we showing up, though, collectively? Oh, this is interesting. Now, this is the in-between tarot, so we're actually in between 2 cards, even though it comes off as a 6 of Wands. It's going towards the 7 of Wands. Back to back. Doesn't necessarily mean back to back with another individual, but there's something here where the old version of you may have your back, too, is fighting their own battles. It's almost like you're not cornered, but you're definitely defending. And so is that version of you is defending something here, too. Interesting. But there's something about a breakthrough, and this breakthrough here is victory. It is success. So I like that for us. I do. And I love how the horse imagery here is in the back, because that shows it just really feels like the fire horse energy of what we're going through with this year. There's something here about expression, freedom, liberation, will succeed. It wasn't for nothing. What's the challenge of my collective? Spirit, what is my challenge here for my collective? The 2 of Swords going to the 3 of Swords. Oh, this is interesting and very, very juicy, because I do believe that this crossroad or this contemplation or this moment here of uncertainty of, if I choose the wrong one, will I lose? Will I be rejected? Or will I feel bad or guilty or shameful for making that decision too? There is something here about grief, and it's going towards something here and saying, I got to face the circumstance. And it could be something here where I could be rejected, and that's going to play out differently for each sign. So there's a moment here of breaking the crossroads and choosing a direction. And the challenge here is facing the consequence this week. Interesting. How are we being supported here in this energy? The 9 of Cups towards the 10 of Cups. The support here comes in the direction that we actually choose. So I actually feel we are going in the right direction here, and you'll be pleasantly surprised with the support that you do have on this other side or this new version of you. All right. Significant relationships, big opportunities here, but it's going to feel very rewarding. It almost feels like you're coming home. I like this. It does. It's almost like I feel like this is a past version of you, collective, that says, I got this. I can't go with you, but you got to go through this. And there may be some contemplation of, I don't know if what's ahead is going to be successful, if it's going to be worth it. And the version of you is saying, it's time to go home, wherever this home may be, home to your heart, the center. And so there's something here coming up individually for us where we're going to find that support in those deep connections, in that community. It's going to be pretty big for us. All right. So we're going to break that out individually to each individual sign. Reversals are up. They're going to be affected and amplified by these cards. And we're going to start off with Leo first because, well, happy birthday out there, Leo. The birthday sign always starts first. And then we move on to the order of them based on wherever we are with Leo. So we'll get to Leo all the way through to Cancer. And then hopefully we'll have a collective bonus because we are four donations away, whether it's donations, gifts, or if you choose to join Harmonia or gift Harmonia memberships over on YouTube. All right. Welcome back, Papa. How you doing? How you been? Let's go, Leo. Leo's up. All right, here we go. Leo, let's see how your week is going. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that your phone got taken. Did it get stolen or did you leave it? You sure you didn't leave it somewhere where someone picked it up? Well, out with the old, in with the new. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happened. Yeah. Out with the old, in with the new. That's the message on its own. Mm-hmm. Leo, how you feeling going into this week? All over the place. Emotionally feeling a little unsettled, but you're trying to gain higher ground here. You're trying to stay focused. You're able to handle it. You're able to manage it, but there's something externally that you're watching. So we're going to see what you're watching here. Oh, the Six of Cups here, reversed. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, this is somebody here that you're dealing with from the past. It could be unfinished business. It could be something unsettling regarding people in your life, whether it's family members, whether it's a soulmate, whether it's even your children, okay? There's something here where you're gaining a new perspective of an individual. Interesting. The integration of this. Oh, you're seeing the consequences of someone else's actions by staying at bay. This is something here, Leo. You tend to go and try to save the day for an individual, but now you're seeing someone from the past face certain consequences. All right. This is also kind of, this reminds me a lot of the Two of Pentacles energy here with Libra energy, but you know, emotionally you're staying very grounded and you're staying very still, and it's like the most balanced thing I can do right now is stand. Are they going to be disappointed in me? Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay. Can I do anything about it? No. Justice is in place. Some of you, it's a law that's in place. You can't go against that at this point. Your reaction here with the Knight of Wands is usually one here. Oh my God. Let me go help them. Let me go save them. Let me go assist them. That's your desire. That's your reaction. Very different from what you're actually doing. Okay. You know, you have all different kinds of ways that this individual here could face or look at this differently, and you see solutions to the situation. Let go of all fear and doubt, and life becomes simple and easy for me. See, this individual here doesn't really follow that. They make things complicated. What is the greater opportunity for you of why this energy here of standing still and watching another go through something? You have to let this person fall. Okay. Wishful thinking, backflipping, whatever this individual is doing, there's just something that it would be risky to try to save this. It's also enabling the situation. And so Leo is looking at this and considering, how am I showing up? What is the version of me that doesn't have to keep performing for another individual to save the day? The greater gain in doing this approach for you? Six of Wands. You get recognition regardless. I would not even be surprised, collective, if this individual here goes and comes back to you, because it doesn't necessarily mean someone who's nasty that you're cut off from, right? Comes back to you and says, you know, I learned a lot from that, and I have more respect for you. And I understand now why you didn't get involved or why you said not to do that. Because it does, for some of you, this is a child. Maybe you gave advice to. You know, it doesn't have to be a child, but someone who looks for you for advice, but yet at the same time doesn't take your advice. You are going to get recognition. Advice for you. Ooh, the two cards come together, so we're going to follow it together here. We have the Emperor here and the Six of Swords here between this. Now, this is interesting because there's a divide that is needed. There's a part here where another individual can't keep trying to duck and cover and hope nothing happens. But it doesn't mean that you're not necessarily there listening. You know what's going on. I feel like you're more this individual here who's behind that lie. It's like, I know what's going on, but I also know I cannot get involved in this. You know, I can't keep saving this situation or the scenario, or this individual can't expect me to bail them out of this. So there's a greater opportunity for you this week, Leo, to watch an individual play the game, but also to boss up. And there's going to be a lot more respect here for you. Leo, your final message here, and this is from Auntie. Auntie says, this is your season, and that eclipse is happening in your sign. So don't be surprised if something makes you reconsider, oh boy, how you've been showing up. You don't have to have the new version of you completely figured out yet. Just notice where you've outgrown the old one. And I feel like the outgrown part is taking over. What you need to look out for is performing an identity you've already outgrown because other people are comfortable with it. Your affirmation this week: I give myself permission to become who I am now. All right. That's what we got here for Leo. If this resonated, or if you want to claim it, you most certainly can. We're going to move on to Virgo. Virgo is now up. They won't give it back. Kids. Kids. I see what you mean by stolen. Eh. We'll find it after you get a new one. And then you'll go, oh. Kids are smart. Super, super smart. Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That's coming also. There's a lot going on August 12th. Meteor showers, 6 planet alignments. I can't do all of the news because I'm not an astrologist. I'm just trying to get the bigger highlights out. that I feel will go with my readings. But it's pretty cool. Virgo, here we go. Ooh. Virgo, how you're feeling? Well, I don't feel like you're feeling guilty or deceitful. I think that you've gone quiet and why in here? Look at this. It's like you're holding the 5 of swords. So it's interesting because I feel like there's defeat here. You've gone quiet because you feel a little bit defeated. Interesting. There's no reason why. King of Wands here reverse. I think it's for this Virgo who's a go-getter. Now you may have fire in your chart here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You may just be really, really exhausted, but I also feel like you're done performing. And you may feel that this week you just don't want to be the one that has it all, has all the answers, is the go-getter, is the leader. Externally, it's like, I may look confident. I may, play a particular part. I may even be dressed really well, but it doesn't mean inside I feel like this. Because it's almost like this energy of like trying to fake it till you make it. And there's a part of you that's going, I can't fake this anymore. I can't do it. Page of Wands here, reverse. Some of you are feeling a little bit irritable because there are certain things in your life that you would like to obtain or do. But now you are feeling this energy of, when will I ever get there? I don't know if I have the time to create or to make. Maybe this has to do with a passion project. Maybe this has to do with new responsibilities. Maybe this has to do with a relationship here that feels surfaced and it's just not really doing it for you. What you're realizing is you just can't fake it anymore. And this week here, there's this need or desire here to communicate clearly. It could be a boundary too. How you're reacting to this? Yeah, the 7 of Wands here reversed is usually allowing something to get to the boiling point. And I feel that there's something here that even to the boiling point, you just don't have it in you anymore. It's not even a fear of losing it anymore. It's more like, I don't have the energy to lose it or to combust, or to put everything in to get nowhere. I don't want to tread water anymore. So I do feel like you are having this in a lot of internal situations when it comes to readjustment. You may physically just feel exhausted this week, and it's just 1 week. Okay. Emotionally, you may find yourself very irritable, moody, but this is a lot of wands. So this tells me that the actions you take, you just can't fake it. If you're not feeling well, you're like, I'm not feeling well. And you may just say, I need a break. Let's see what the greater opportunity is for you. Oh gosh, there's the fears and the illusions all bubbling up. The insecurities, the doubt, but it's not even fearing that anymore. Pisces energy. It's just emotionally not trying to solve everything all at once. And so for you, there's a greater opportunity here to see certain illusions for what they are. Be okay if you can't play a specific part. If you show up as someone here who is, hiding, you're doing it for you. It's not necessarily meaning you're being deceitful to others. And the greater gain here, more wands. Holy moly, can we just look at all of the wands? You're not looking out. You're not trying to resolve. You're just in the emotions, you're in the feel this week, and you're in the release this week. So this is not a week here to aggressively go after stuff. It's the week here to feel emotions, and emotions may be in actions that you just don't want to do anymore, or you're too tired to do, or you're just pissy, and that's okay. There's just something you're releasing this week. Let it release. Let it release. There it is. Okay. Instead of taking actions to try to resolve this or figure this out, Spirit's like, you need rest. All right. Even if it's like, I need a nap. You know how like some kids are like, they get like irritable, and it's like, I think Virgo needs a nap this week. You know, you don't have to answer every fire. You don't have to answer every call. Again, look at all of these wands that are coming at here. And the people that are going to be there for you will be there for you this week, regardless. So if you do have a off day and there are people that you do care about, that means Spirit saying to you that your loved ones will be there and they'll have your back regardless. Okay. They've had crabby days too, but there's just something this week that you're clearing. All right. The final message for you, Virgo. Auntie says, pay attention to what you're picking apart this week. With all that Mercury activity around the eclipse, information can be helpful, but your mind this week can also turn one little detail into a 12-page investigation. That's what is exhausting you, trying to find all those answers. Not everything needs to be solved immediately. Okay, can't keep getting that message across for you. What you need to look out for this week, over analyzing something before you have all the information, and your affirmation, I trust clarity to come without forcing it. You're not forcing the clarity. You are releasing some emotions with that frustration. All right. Sending you so much love and a hug. And we're going to move on to Libra. Thank you, Debbie and Mitzi, for your donations. We are now 3 donations away from unlocking the collective bonus, whether they're donations, super chats, gifts, or memberships. If they happen during this live show, it counts towards that. Libra is now up. Libra. All right, Libra, let's take a look at your week this week. Libra. Reversals are now up. Libra, how you feeling this week? Here we go. Libra. The 4 swords, at peace, getting some rest. I don't know. I feel like you're trying to put your mind at peace. May feeling tired, exhausted. You're in recovery period this week. You're recovering. Interesting. External reason why. Knight of Cups. Okay. Well, this is really simple. There's an opportunity that is coming forward towards you. You may be, whether you're Sleeping Beauty, it's not that you're sleeping on it. You're trying to make peace with this, that there's an opportunity. It's not necessarily here this week, but you have been definitely really focused on something or someone if it's coming around. And you're like, I got to make some peace with this. Yeah. Now, the 2 of Wands here reversed is, at one point, you took a lot of actions to keep waiting and going towards this and seeing what's next. Let me go through the storm. Let me get this. And this is a week here where it's like, I guess it's just not ready for me. Instead of going fear and doubt of, oh my gosh, it's not coming, or it's just like accepting a situation and surrendering to the fact that you don't know the whens and wheres, but also the reception is it's not ready this week. Let go of all the fear and doubt, and life becomes simple. And there's something here where you are simplifying your life this week when it comes to the situation or this person. Your reaction to this? Yeah, this is a massive transformation. This version of you that used to chase the desire, the person, the opportunities is like, I know what's meant for me will come towards me, and I can rest my mind and not necessarily keep looking out for this week. And so this week, there's a massive change for you. I love this because this change here is the version of you you're putting to rest. The version of you that used to chase, Libra, isn't chasing. The greater opportunity for you, ooh, the King of Cups here reversed. Now, I don't know if someone here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be an individual here. You could be at a distance from this person. But others of you, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Okay. It could be a friendship, could be a family member. The opportunity here is someone here may be victimizing a situation, you know, using emotions, manipulating to try to get their way. You're realizing something here where you don't want to be part of the manipulation anymore. Others of you, the greater opportunity here is not to victimize yourself, oneself, saying that you're not going to get that or it's never going to come to me. It just may not be coming in your time frame. The greater gain for you this week, Libra. Wow. The right connections will meet you and will compromise with you face to face. You are leaving an opportunity for it to meet you, not just halfway, right in front of you. Okay? You don't have to chase this. It's just something here about standing your ground and realizing the compromise here and the reflection here. The choices here. You get to choose differently on how you perceive this connection or this opportunity. Advice for you. Advice from Spirit, and then we'll get to Auntie's message. The 2 of coins going towards the 3 of coins. Okay. It's not saying, you know, it's like, I like how it's represented here for the votes. It's like, make your vote, right? But the votes have already been made. So it's time to rest that. You've done the work, and the collaboration here with the right individuals will come in place here for you. Okay. So this is something here where it's outside of your decision now. Yeah. And there you are between the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here. Very honest, very truthful, but there's also this notion here of knowing when to cut off. And so I feel like from going into the feminine energy towards the masculine energy, you're very honest, you're very truthful, but also you're very protective over your time, your space, and your thoughts this week. Okay. And it's like, enough is enough. I'm not going to continue to look for this. If it's meant for me, it will be here. This week, I can rest my mind and be at ease. All right. Your final message here, Libra, is this from Auntie. Venus is asking some interesting questions about relationships and perception this week. Make sure you're responding to what's actually happening and not the potential you see in somebody or situation. You can love people and still see them clearly. And I feel like this is the week here you're not romanticizing anymore. Now, look out for romanticizing, over accommodating, or filling in somebody else's blanks. Your affirmation this week: I choose, oh my goodness, I choose relationships rooted in truth and reciprocity. All right, that's what I have here for you, Libra. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. You can always claim them too. And we're going to move on to Scorpio. Scorpio is up next. Scorpio in the house. Can't believe we're already going into like mid. I'm already doing the All Signs mid-month check-ins. That's going to be released on Harmonia's Vault this week. So if you are a YouTube member or a member of the Vaults, you will be getting the All Signs mid-month check-in towards the weekend. Can time slow down just a little bit? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, how is it possible that we're halfway through this year now? Over half. Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, don't forget, we are 3 donations away over here on YouTube to unlock the collective bonus here with the faded dice. That gets unlocked for everybody here, not just on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook. But you do have to take the donations over on YouTube. Scorpio, how you feeling going into this week? Oh, you're going through some process of grief here. It's not a bad thing. This is you're releasing. You got loved ones here. You got support. Don't forget you got your support here. External reason why. High Priestess here reversed. Huh. There was something here that you were afraid to see. The truth of this, the truth of this was a little bit of denial. And externally, you can't pretend that this didn't happen to you. I don't care if this happened to you yesterday, 3 months ago, 10 years ago. This is a week where you can't deny something painful didn't happen to you. You were not okay about it, and it's being released this week. The integration of this. Ooh. See, there's been some time here for you to pause, to reflect, and to understand that this emotion you were not ready to handle at that particular time or moment. But this week, the emotions here do arise in a very big way, but you are detached enough to understand that even though you may have been blind about it and couldn't see it because you were in the thick of it at the time, you can now see that you were protecting oneself. Okay? Back to back. Massive recognition. Some of you, this is childhood trauma, a release of it and understanding. It's like you were reparenting yourself. Yeah, look at so much reflection. This is a really deep week here for you, Virgo energy. It's a soul reflection, but I also feel it this week is a soul retrieval. There's a part of you that is picking up a piece, a fractal moment that's saying, I'm strong enough now to process this, to perceive from this. And ooh, it's a huge release. Greater opportunity. Four Swords. I can be at peace with this. I'm recovered from this. I don't have to go through that over and over and over again. Sometimes we can spiral when we do the inner child work or when we, go through the therapy of moments trying to relive it again. But it's not the point of reliving it. It's to do something quickly in here to gain the perception to get out of it. It's not to be in pain 24/7. This is needed for you to heal. The greater opportunity here is of recovery, is self-reflection. Massive deep moments here for Scorpio this week. Massive release. It's also going to help. You have a 3 here and you have that 3 with the artists. 3s are very significant to you this week. You may see a lot of 3-3-3s. Okay. Your angels are with you, but more importantly, the version of you that went through that pain got you to where you are now. The greater can look, another 3. Not all is lost. It is not a moment here to reflect and go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's a moment here of going, that was a really sad story, but it's not my whole story. It's just a chapter. It's a moment to have compassion, hold space for yourself. Ooh, 4 cups. And to face some disappointments that really were clouding a massive opportunity. So there is an opportunity that is coming in, but it's for you to look at those disappointments in a completely different way. Back to back, back to back, back to back. Okay? The old version of you was defending something, and this new version of you was afraid to go forward. But not anymore. You're holding the compassion here of that lovely Ace of Cups. I love that it's the magician going into the High Priestess energy. It's that deep knowing here of healing, that subconscious energy of the feminine, okay? Dark feminine energy of a shadow period. It's to help the wound of individuals here who may have given so much, to be able to still be open to receive, to realize love is always, always around you. Your final message here, Scorpio, is this. Auntie says, Pluto is involved with Venus this week, so something may have more emotional weight than it first appears. Don't be afraid of the depth, Scorpio, but remember that intensity and truth are not automatically the same thing. What you need to look out for. Assuming something must be important simply because it feels intense. Your affirmation. I can feel deeply, without losing my perspective. So there's going to be a massive breakthrough when it comes to perspective, but also with grief of what happened to you. You're ready to release this. All right, sending you so much love. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below, let us know. And we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Welcome back, Sherry. How you doing over there on Twitch? Yes, the fire horse energy is moving fast. Oh, and I was so bummed. You know my horse ring that I used to wear, my spoon ring? It totally cracked. So I can't fix it, but I'm so bummed because this is one of my favorite rings that I got this year with the horse, and it cracked. I might be able to make it into a pinky ring, so we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can smooth out the ending where it cracked off. So bummed. I was like, no. But I think I can fix it into a pinky ring. Yeah, I loved wearing it, but I have my Ankh. I have that, and I still have the snake ring. I actually have 2 snake rings, but I don't like to wear them anymore because that's the old version of me, and the snake season is over, even though I am snake. Sagittarius. Where are my Saggies at? All right. Are you horse, man? It's your year then. I'm snake, and during the snake, oh my God, massive transformations for me. Holy crap. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what your week's going to be like. How you feeling? Reversals are now up. Ooh, well, your walls are super high. You're trying to stick to something, but you're losing faith. All right, external reason why. You're worried. You know, I feel like you're trying to hold ground. There's something here that you're extremely worried about. Dang. It's pressure. You feel an immense amount of pressure, but you're like, I don't know if I can stick to this. Integration. King of Wands, my goodness. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, if there's a creative endeavor or there is something here about your leadership that you're holding a strong ground or strong hold towards, worried about responsibilities, this is a week here that it's not to necessarily let go of those boundaries, but it's to realize that there are some really tough decisions that are coming your way that you are ready to handle. Okay. The King of Wands is extremely innovative, creative, confident. And there's something here where your ego is like, whoa, is feeling like it's being tested. But externally, what's around you, it's based upon fear. Have the fear work for you. Yeah, the sun, because it's the breakthrough you've been asking for. You are right in the precipice here of a big breakthrough. There's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of vitality here, but there's also success in being seen. Some of you, your fear is your own damn success. Am I ready to handle this? Am I capable of this? Of course you are. That's what got you here. There's something here where you get to face this fear. Greater opportunity this week. Not everybody's going to agree with you in your ways, in your creativity, in your confidence, but it's not going to make you waver if you're a leader. And this is for Sagittarius, who is kind of in the role of leadership this week. Okay. And you may be giving individuals some news that they do not want to hear. Greater gain. 4 cups. You don't have to disappoint everybody. There's a greater opportunity here because you're innovative, you're creative. Whatever this problem is, or this confrontation here that feels a little bit like, can I break through this? Can I do this? Do I have the balls to do this? You do, but you're going to have some, what feels like backlash or people asking questions, but you don't have to react right away. And you don't have to focus on the disappointments here if individuals aren't all on board with what you have, okay? Or what you're creating. Advice for you. Four swords to the 5 of swords. Now, people are going to have questions. People are going to disturb your peace, okay? Take a moment here to reflect. Don't let individuals push you around because you have stated something here or you're sticking to a particular way. You're doing that because you know it's the right thing to do. Yeah. If individuals will like it or work with you, they're going to see the results of it. But you don't necessarily have to give an absolute answer to your why and reasons how this week. This is a week to stick to the process that feels creatively good to you and realize that not everyone's going to understand it, but you have the moon energy here. Interesting, we're going through that eclipse where there's going to be some things of self-doubt appearing in other individuals that's going to try to reflect into you. And Spirit's saying, no, you're showing up as the leader here. Okay, you're the one here who's paving the way for individuals. Your final message here, Sagittarius, for Monty, is this. This Leo eclipse may have you looking farther down the road than usual. Yep, because you're a way shower. That's fine. Just don't get so excited about where something could go that you skip what's happening right now. This is a week here where you need to reflect. Let the next piece of information arrive before you fire the arrow. Boom. Look out for making a big decision based on possibility rather than evidence. Your affirmation this week, Sagittarius, I allow my vision to expand while keeping my feet in the present. Ooh, that's good. All right, that's what we got here for you, Sagittarius. If this resonated or if you want to claim it, you most certainly can. Just go ahead and hit like and comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side of Harmonia, friends. We're going to move on to Capricorn. Cappies are up. Yes, we have a goal going on. We are 3 donations away. That is right, 3 donations away from unlocking the collective bonus. Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Spirit, what is going on for Capricorn? Thank you, Debbie, for your donation. We are now 2 away, guys. 2 away. You're not seeing eye to eye with a particular person or a particular way. Okay, could be a version of you as well. There's separation involved. Gemini energy. External reason why. Okay, so you're a little bit, there's some uncertainty about a next move. Thank you, Mitzi. We are now 1 away. This feels too risky. And it's not a risk that you want to do right now. Integration. There is either, thank you guys, we are 1 away now. Thank you, Mitzi, again. There is some grief and rejection where either you don't want to take the risk or someone doesn't want to take the risk in you. There's a massive divide. You take it as you see it. But externally, there is someone here who is not wanting to truly process the grief. But on your side, you are processing the grief. So if you're choosing not to get involved in another situation anymore because you're processing the grief and saying, I've already taken my losses, then that could be for you. But if there's something here where someone here it doesn't choose you and is just ignoring it, you're still processing the grief. Yeah. It is unfair. It does feel unjust. Because you're still doing the work and another is not. You have an individual here who's bypassing this deep connection, this promise, this vow. This doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be work related. But it's like I have to face, Capricorn has to face the fact that someone here didn't truly have their back. And the challenge here is that grief, going towards it. I don't know if I want to get involved with this anyway. Greater opportunity. The 9 of Pentacles here reversed. There's a greater opportunity to focus on your worth and your stability. And a lot of you, your finances. Okay? this could have been blocking your finances. This could have been draining your finances without you even knowing it. But this is a week here to focus on your health, your well-being. You know, I think you're working on yourself this week. Doesn't mean something bad happened to you. It's just you're working on yourself here, because the greater gain here with the 3 of Wands here reversed is you waiting for an apology, or you assuming someone here is going to come and save you. This is Capricorn going through that. I gave somebody my all, and they still didn't accept it. I'm giving the all back to me. Totally different scenario, totally different perception here. You're working on your security. You're banking on it this week. You're not waiting around. No, you're not. 3 of Cups here going towards the 4 of Cups here. I do feel there's this energy here of friends, family, individuals here that are there for you. There may be this energy here of disappointments, of missing out, because this took you away from the individuals here who actually were there for you, who do care for you. Whether this was a grueling job, a difficult individual situation where it took your time and energy, but with the King of Coins and the Page of Coins here, there's something here for you this week to pay attention to your worth. Invest in you this week. Stop giving yourself away for free. Auntie's final message here for Capricorn is this. Mars moving into Cancer brings attention to emotional security and what's not always something you can spreadsheet your way through this week here. If something matters to you, acknowledge that before deciding what you're going to do about it. Look out for trying to manage an emotional situation instead of actually feeling what it's telling you. Your affirmation this week: my emotions are information, not obstacles. Okay, that's what I got here for you this week. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side, Cappies. And we're going to move on to Aquarius. Aquarius is up. Yes, we are 1 donation away. Debbie and Mitzi have made it easy for you guys. We have 1 more donation needed to unlock that collective bonus. Aquarius is up. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, Aquarius, let's see how your week's going to be. How you feeling? Versos are now up. Ooh, inspired. King of Wands is coming up a lot for everybody. You could have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your energy here, but you feel very confident this week. You could have those creative, inspirational moments as well. Externally. Ooh, well, you just got a busy week. Okay. I think you're keeping to yourself. You're pouring into an idea. Some of you, you're pouring into yourself. Investing wisely, for sure. This is something new. This is something exciting. Oh my goodness. Some of you, this could be also a relationship. You could be pouring into a new relationship, seeing the opportunity of what's there, saying, hey, is this what I got? But you're putting effort into it. Okay. You know, it's not necessarily fully on ground, but it's like, let's see where this goes. Okay. So it could be some really nice romantic energy here if you got a date lined up for some of you. Okay. There's something here that's actually going to be going through, but others of you, you have a date here with destiny. Okay. There's a creative idea, that sexual energy here of like, I have something that I want to showcase and I'm going to do something about it and I'm going to see where it goes. And so that's the energy you're putting out this week. is seeing where that goes, not really worried about how other people's view you. This is about, you know, just kind of focusing here on like, let's just make my actions speak louder. Let me showcase myself through actions this week. And that's what you're doing. Yeah. The 3 of Wands, so you're not waiting around. You're a go-getter this week, Aquarius. You're not waiting around for certain situations to come to you. It's like, all right, I'm going to make a best of something here. Or I'm going to put effort into this. So this is a week here where you're building something brand spanking new, whether this is deepening a connection, whether this is doing a passion project, whether this is something here where you're changing a lifestyle change. There's going to be all different variations of what you're doing, but you're building a stronger foundation here for oneself. Greater opportunity. Page of Swords. There's a greater opportunity here in the actions that you take, especially if it's with other individuals, to gain perspective and learn from them too. It's not to turn them off. Okay, especially if someone here, because remember, your support is people, connections, and relationships. So it's not that you have to be the heavy performer this week. You could also be getting some feedback. Some of you feedback you maybe didn't even ask for, but it's also an ability here for you to learn from, not necessarily go, oh my God, they're telling me what to do. Okay, so there's a greater opportunity here to gain a shift in perspective of learning insight. Greater gain here. The Queen of Swords here reversed. Well, that's your energy, but it also could be another fellow air sign here. Could be a Libra, could be a Gemini or an Aquarius too, like yourself. But it feels like there's some energy of someone here who's very straightforward. Cutting can come off as initially a little bit aggressive, but it doesn't mean that they don't care. They're just kind of like a brute force here. Okay. Transformation could also be a blunt wake-up call, someone you calling it out for what it is. Okay. You're really excited about something, and it's someone individual saying, well, you know, that's this, but you know, you could do, and you're like, dang, they just put me in my spot. Okay. But this person's just very matter-of-factly. So just keep that in mind. They're not necessarily someone here who's nasty or out to get you. They just cut to the point. Blunt. Advice for you with dealing with this blunt individual here. Look at this, the 10 of Swords to the 8 of Swords. Not all is lost, or someone here doesn't like your idea or the efforts that you put in. It doesn't mean that a change can't happen in communication, okay? Have the open communications, have those hard conversations with individuals, especially if it's someone here that you do care or you are trying to not necessarily put a good part in, especially if it's a new connection, but just be open to other people's perspectives without taking it too personally. Yeah, because the King of Wands and the Page of Wands, it could be an age difference between the two of you, but not necessarily, is that there's this opportunity here to learn from one another and seeing the importance of each other's roles. All right, your final message here, Aquarius, is this. That Leo eclipse sits right across the zodiac from Aquarius, so pay attention to what other people are reflecting back to you. Yes, we saw that in the cards. That doesn't mean everybody else's opinion is absolutely correct. It means relationships can show you something about yourself that you couldn't see alone, so use it for your advantage. Look out for dismissing feedback just because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Your affirmation. I can witness myself through others without giving away my authority. Okay. Does not take your power back or take your power away. That's what I got here for you, Aquarius. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side, and we're going to move on to Pisces. Pisces is up. We have Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer, and we're getting very close from unlocking that collective bonus. If we get one more donation, we will unlock that collective bonus here on YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook, but the donations have to happen on YouTube. Don't forget, we have the All Signs mid-month check-in happening later this week that will be released in the membership area and inside the vaults. And I believe the fire signs are the ones, yep, the fire signs will be the ones who will get the public access to those mid-month check-ins this month. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Pisces, how you feeling this week? A little confused. You're getting out of something here, and I think there's an opportunity that you're confused about. Certain reason why? Oh, the Wheel of Fortune here reversed because it wasn't ready on your timing, but now it feels like bad timing. And you're like, really? Now it's open? Now it's available to me, but I'm not ready for it. Oh, 2 cards came. I'm going to take them with them. We have the 5 of Wands here and the 7 of Swords. So this could be an opportunity that's coming back around. Whether this is, job related, creative related, or even a person. But the timing of this could be messy. Because some of you might be in another connection, another obligation, and it's like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with this now? Like, and it has to do with this energy up top here with that artist, where you've been in this mode of focusing on beauty, on collaboration, on connection, but the universe was working behind the scene to reveal a competitive nature of an opportunity that wants you now. The thing is, do you want this opportunity now? That may be different for a lot of you Pisces coming out here with this opportunity, but let's see how you're reacting to it. The Emperor. Ooh, you've changed. I feel like you've changed your mind. You gave your power away to a situation that you wanted so badly. And some of you, it was a person. But this week, whether it's this person or something that's coming around that, you would have created time for, you would have absolutely nixed another situation just for it. You're not doing that now. You're showing up as mature. You're showing up as Aries energy here, all 4 kings in one. You've taken your power back. You're being reflective, but you're also being very strategic. The greater gain. The greater gain here is you're realizing now that this is offered to you, you never would have been happy with this anyway. Some of you, the reason this is being shown for you is so now you can say this and go, God, I am so blessed that I didn't go that direction. I didn't end up with that person. I didn't end up with that job. Like what? I would have been so unhappy. It would have been so much more work to try to be happy, to try to make happiness. But there's a greater opportunity to reflect on what you couldn't see then, that now you can see it. And so, I just feel like you've chosen something differently. You may be a little bit annoyed, but the greater gain here, that 9 of Swords energy is like, oh my God, I can't believe this came back. Or I can't believe this person opened up communication. Or I can't believe this opportunity come back around. It's just bringing up all things of like what I can't believe I fell for. Now, some of you may feel a little embarrassed for what you desired or what you went to, but there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just that you've changed. Yeah, you have a new beginning here. See, and I feel like you left. Someone here is showcasing loyalty, but this is you kind of going, no. I'm like Icarus right now. I'm going for the sun, but I don't have to go so high so that my wings fall. I'm trying to be optimistic here about my future and, manifest something new. And that's what you're doing. You're manifesting a new reality for oneself in a really big way for you, Pisces. Yeah. And there's grievance here, but there's also recovery. I thought I want that, but I'm realizing I didn't need that. And I'm ready to let this go. I'm ready to let this person go. I'm ready to let this opportunity go. So something is definitely coming back around here for you. Pisces, Neptune is tangled up with Venus this week. And Pisces, you already know how easy it is to see the beautiful possibilities inside something since you're extremely intuitive. But make sure possibility hasn't quite become a proof for you. Let actions confirm what your intuition is picking up. And I feel like it's the actions of this opportunity of why it's coming back around. So you can ask questions. Look out for confusing what you sense. It could happen with what's actually happening here. So there's confusion. I told you, I felt that confusion, but look out for it. Why you feel confused. You should be centering into that and why it's coming back around. Your affirmation, my intuition grows stronger when it works alongside discernment. So there's a reason why you have that authoritative energy here. It is boundaries, okay? That's what I got here for you, Pisces. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side of Harmonia. And we're going to move on to Aries. Aries is up. We still have Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. We may unlock the collective bonus. We shall see. Aries, you are up. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The spirit, if we can hone in to Aries. How are you feeling going into this week? 9 of Cups here, reverse. There's something that is excessively consuming you when it comes to fulfillment. External reason why. Four of Swords here, reversed. Integration. I want to see the 3 cards all together before I channel this. Page of Cups here, reversed. Well, here's the thing, Aries. There's a defensive energy here of wanting to have it your way, which I totally get. I'm not saying that you were wrong, but you're also dealing with an individual who's pretty darn immature. This is an individual here who can't handle their emotions, who can come off as very, how can I describe this? Come off as very naive, but also this is a person who comes off as flaky as well. Okay. The thing is there's something here regarding this individual, this naive, this flaky person that is consuming you when it comes to your thoughts, your mind, your rest, your peace. And it leaves you feeling stuck and not able or capable of moving on. And this week, this consumption is making you react a little differently. Yeah. I can't keep missing opportunities because another individual plays dumb. So you do have someone here who likes to play naive, dumb, flaky, whatever that is. They're very, very immature. But you're also asking an individual here to grow up when they're not even capable of doing that at this point. I think they're just in a completely different level of this person. You know, you're asking a person to have your back when they've never had your back truly before. If you really look at it in that level, they're just not mature enough to do those mind frames. And so there's an opportunity here to like let go, let God, you know. And I feel like the decisiveness here you may feel like you're coming off as the villain or pretty selfish, because you know the 9 of Cups can be a very selfish card when it's looked upon with externally, combined here with that 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords energy. But there's a greater opportunity to focus on what can actually derive for you. And I think that's where you're putting your time and effort here, is in whatever this is, whether it's how you're spending your time, how you're creating money, your finances, could be a passion project, could be your health, wherever you're putting your efforts in it. It's into you. It's not necessarily into another who assumes you're just going to pick up the pieces. The greater gain. Well, you are coming off a little as a villain this week. Okay. It just is. All right. You know, you're taking back your power. You can be a little bit arrogant about it. You know, it's not saying that you are showing off at all, but you are a little defensive when it comes to this person. You're staying in your own lane. You can come off as argumentative, but it's also like, no, I'm not pushing. I'm not bending for you. Oh, I'm going to take them two together. Yeah, and I look at this. We have the 5 of Wands here to the 6 of Wands, with that Page of Cups here becoming to the 9 of Cups. This person needs to step up. Either they step up or they step out of your way. And there's no point to looking at this of who's actually getting the credit for, because you have the credit, but this person is also trying to get the credit for it too. And it's like, all right, I just need to step out and let this person fall. It's not for me, you know, to come in. If they want to step up, if they want all those extra duties, if they want to do this, especially if this is work related, like this is just something here where it's like, I can't cover this anymore. Aries, Auntie says, Mars is entering Cancer, so action may not be as straightforward as you'd like this week. Before you charge forward, ask yourself what you're actually protecting. Sometimes the strongest move isn't attacking the problem, it's protecting what matters. And I feel what matters to you is your time, your efforts, and your emotions. And that's something here where you may feel selfish for choosing you, but this is something here this week where it's like, I need to start choosing myself. What to look out for is reacting defensively and calling it decisiveness. Okay. And that's why I say, watch out here for this energy, because you can come off as a villain a little bit. Your affirmation: I direct my energy toward what deserves my protection. And this does not need your protection anymore. All right. And that's what I got here for you, Aries. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we're going to get to the bulls. Taurus is now up. Where are my bulls at? Where are my bulls at? We have Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer, and we are one donation away from unlocking that collective bonus. Are we going to unlock it so we get the collective bonus? If not, we stop at Cancer. Gemini will be last call. Ooh, it's getting warm in here. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thanks for those of you. I know I got a couple of people here who were here for the Thursday night live. For those of you who were asking for it, a couple of you reached out and said, hey, I didn't see the Ask a Question one live. It's because it went behind the scenes. But for those of you who showed up for your personal reading, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we had a really cool, small, eclectic group, but it was fun. We had a good time. I'll try to do, I think I'm going to do my next one sometime in September. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Taurus, my bulls. How you feeling this week? The King of Pentacles. You could be all about the money, or you're just very investing wisely this week. You are getting some kind of recognition, and it's yours. Externally, I knew it. You're getting an offer. You are getting an offer, an extension. The Six of Wands comes back reversed here. You got some haters. Listen, Taurus, whatever this glow up is you're about to get this week, there are people who are disappointed that you have it. You know, you got some jelly people, jelly individuals. They don't like to see you moving on. They don't like to see that you're doing well. Some of you are doing very financially well. Congratulations. Others of you have gotten a promotion of some sort. Others of you, you're up leveling in a new connection. Could be a Jelly X. But there's some disappointments here, and you know, because you got a new partner here. This is someone here who's got your back, and it could just be spirit. It could be your spirit guides here saying, "No, we got Taurus's back." How you're reacting to this? Well, with the Three of Cups here reverse, it can't be a party for everybody. But it doesn't mean that you don't have celebrations. You're just celebrating quietly. Your circle is smaller. It's intentional. All right. And some people aren't invited to the celebration of what you're about to receive this week. Okay. And it's like, it's my party. Greater opportunity here for you, King of Swords. Yeah. King of Swords energy is someone here who's very decisive, detached, assertive, and discernment is needed. There's something about the communication, the news, how you address things, how you're showing up this week. You're showing up as an individual that has really has a lot of knowledge to give, not just to others, but people respect you. They look at you differently, Taurus, this week. Okay. Some of you have a really nice connection with an individual. Could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, an opportunity to be with the right partner, an individual here who's going to be honest with you, truthful with you, there for you, will actually have your back. And the greater gain here, things to realize with, well, the people here who aren't on the stage with you. All right. Yeah, they got their own work to do. You're setting new ground. You know, this is your new ground could also be boundaries. There's just something here where you're investing wisely. This new connection, this new opportunity is setting you up to a new milestone. Some of you a new tax bracket. Advice here for you. Oh, I told you this is commitment. This is official. Congratulations. Some of you, this is a really nice relationship. But others of you, it's this union, this collaboration here that you're having. This could be inner union. Look at all of this connection. All right. With the Five of Coins going to the Six of Coins here, you are going towards reciprocity. You are going towards deep connection. You are going towards growth. Like, oh my gosh, so much growth here is coming in for you this week, Taurus. Taurus, your final message is this. Venus is your ruler and she's having quite the week. Something involving your values, your relationships, or even your resources here are going to be having a second look. And don't fret it because I think it's going to be good for you. But don't cling to something just because you're invested time, love, or energy into it. Look at the other areas here that are giving or being offered to you. Staying loyal to something that no longer matches your value, and that's this situation here. This situation here, these haters, jealous stuff here is not worth your time and investment anymore. Your affirmation, I invest myself in what reflects who I am today. And this is what is reflecting here who you are today. You are someone here who is stable. Invest wisely. All right. That's what I got here for you, Taurus. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget you can always claim. And that there's always more messages on the other side. Thank you, Debbie. We did it. Actually, Debbie and Mitzi did it. Congratulations. Thank you, ladies. I just had to... My mouse is getting stuck, so I keep blowing on it like it's a Nintendo cartridge game. We did it. We made the bonus here. The bonus train will begin shortly, soon. We got 2 more readings to do before we get to the bonus. Okay. Gemini is up. But we will be rolling shortly. Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Gemini, let's see how you're feeling going into this week. Well, that's your card. Well, this is a heart-to-heart. You're having a heart-to-heart conversation with an individual. Could be a loved one, could be a friend, could be a colleague, could be a coworker. Externally, what's this connection about? Love, unconditional love. Okay. Peace offering. Integration of this for Gemini here. 7 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups. Okay. You're trying to gain an idea of another person's perspective. It could be a perspective here where you may not fully understand their reasoning. Some of you, it's a reason why they left, reason why they want to leave, reason why you want to leave. But that doesn't mean that love's not surrounded with this. There's an opportunity here to see the perspective here of choosing differently and letting someone else choose differently. It doesn't necessarily meaning that you two are together. Yeah, the 6 of Pentacles. Something here isn't fair. It feels like one is giving more to another. How you were looking at reciprocity is entirely different this week. And if something doesn't feel right to you, then you're going to choose something differently. And even though you may not have the full answer what that is yet this week, I feel like you are realizing someone has a different agenda and is looking at it differently. And it's like, I don't understand them. I don't get why they don't understand what I'm saying to them, that it doesn't feel fair to me. So if this is someone here who is trying to remain, like, keep you stuck, or it doesn't want to make a decision, that is a decision. And it's like you're trying to make a peace offering with saying, I'm moving on. I have to move forward. Yeah, and it's, oh, it's interesting. I pulled the wrong deck, but it's fine. We're going to take it this way because it's needed. The 6 of Cups towards the 7 of Cups. I just totally switched the deck. I didn't mean to do that. But there's just something coming up in this nature where I feel like this person, even though you have a really deep bond with them, you do, all right? You both are on different paths right now. And these paths that you're on has to do with self-love and looking at different things and values of what's important to you now. And so the pathway that you're looking for is an individual there who has your back. And this week, you're realizing that this person here does not have the kahunas to have your back. Maybe because they're just not ready. It could be that. We're going back to the regular deck. Yeah, but you can't wait around for them anymore and assume that they'll come back. This is you choosing yourself this week. This is you resetting the ground for yourself this week. Letting someone go with love, not necessarily forcing the deep connection. Yeah. Advice for you. The 9 of coins here towards the 10 of coins, it doesn't mean that you can't reconnect. This is a week here where you two are going your separate ways. There may be an argument, but it doesn't necessarily have to be all addressed this week here too. It's just independently, you're going your own way, and so is this other individual. When you have each other's back, it may be down the road. Maybe, some of you, maybe not all of you. But right now, this 5 of Wands here and 6 of Wands energy is a very competitive nature of wanting to win, you know, both having their way. And this is something here where it's like, well, I have to go my way in order to have my way. And this individual is realizing that they have to go their way to have their way. So there's just a separation with the two of you right now. The final message here for you, Gemini, is that Mercury is busy around this eclipse, and that's your ruler. So conversations, information, realizations, even something somebody casually says could shift your perspective this week. So listen before you decide to completely cut out what this person's actually trying to say. Respond to this first version of the story before the rest of the information arrives, which could be later down the road. But your affirmation this week is, I stay curious long enough for the bigger picture to reveal itself in time. And this week, you're not really meant to get all of those answers of the direction this person's going. All right, that's what I got here for you, Gemini. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. We're going to move on to Cancer, but don't go anywhere because that's not the final reading. We still have the bonus train. That's right. This would be the time here to put your energy into the chat. Make sure you like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, what you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you follow. But make sure you also put the signs of your energy here in the comments. What are the placements here that you're hoping the dice will roll? Maybe those energies will come out during the live roll. Friskers, you are not allowed on this table right now. No, you got to go. Look, you knocked everything over, including the dice. My goodness. I moved things around. I relocated my desk, hoping he would not jump on it, and here he comes. He still jumps on it. He finds a way on. He's like, Mom, when there's a will, there's a way. Right, Frisk? He is sneaking on my chair. I thought moving the desk would help, but nope. He found a way. Just jumps on the whole damn table. All right, Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hey, good go. Welcome back. Let's see how your week's going to be. Reversals are now... Oh, my God. I put the cards all back in. Annoyed. Totally annoyed at myself I did that. It's okay. I know what those cards are, so it's fine. Is what it is. Friskers already annihilated the reading, and I cleared out the whole ones, but that's okay. We still have that energy. I know it was the 2 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, and then you had the 9 of Cups into the 10 of Cups. Is what it is. The 9 of Pentacles here reverse are actually coming out on their own. Isn't that funny? There's something about your... This could be your finances. This could be your health. This could be your well-being. There's just something here where you may not be feeling the greatest this week. Just watch out for burnout. External reason here, 10 of Cups. Okay, you do have support. You do have individuals around who care about you. But even this feels stifling to you. It's like, oh God, I gotta show up. Maybe you don't want to show up and you're not feeling that great, or you don't want to be at a particular location or a particular event. But the integration of this here is the 7. Yeah, you don't want to be here. There's almost this energy of here, I don't want to be doted on. I should do it on by myself. Oh, this is a Cancer here who's very, very vigilant when it comes to hyper independency. Doesn't like to rely on other individuals, usually the individual here to show up for others. But this week, oh, you got individuals here who are like, we love you, we care for you, what's going on? And you're like, nope, everything's fine, stay away. Nope, 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 you stay there. I don't want anything to do with that this week. Responding to this love. Yep, I don't like that. I should be able to figure this out on my own. I don't want to go out. I don't want to hang out with friends. I don't want to get out of the house. What are you talking about? Okay. It's very clear to you that like you don't want other individuals here to dote on you in some way. Or maybe you're just not used to it. Maybe I don't know, there's a greater opportunity here to look at this support differently. What is this opportunity here asking you to look at differently? The Star, you're healing. There's something here that you've lost faith on. There's something here that's really hurt you. Could have been a relationship. Could have been something here that just disappointed you. Maybe you're kind of losing faith. But there's the greater opportunity to see that faith is around you. The support is there for you. I like how it's watering in. I just noticed, I always thought this was a picture, but it's actually a star. I like how she's watering the two cups and it's kind of going towards the star, because there's something here about wishful thinking, having to carry all of the weight, needing to do it all on your own. Yeah. Maybe you're feeling lonely. Maybe you're feeling exhausted. Maybe you're feeling not really, these are your, even though they are your people, you may not feel like you can be oneself. Maybe you're afraid to show up disappointed. I just think you're the one who usually fixes scenarios. And this week here, the people here who love you, who feel that something's off, may be telling this Cancer, hey, what's up? And you're like, and you're trying to hold off, but also feeling like you can't be yourself, or you can't break down. Advice here for you, Cancer. Oh, the Emperor. Look at that. It's interesting. There's a giant divide here, right? There's a bridge missing. But I also feel like there's people here who are trying to say, hey, we would like to collaborate. We would like to build a bridge here for you. But there's belief systems that are different. It's interesting that it's like we have Aries energy meeting with Taurus energy. Yeah. The Queen of Coins here to the King of Coins, but there's an opportunity here to still work together. To let others care for you. It may not necessarily be the way that you would care for it, but there's care here, there's reflection here, there's this need and desire to look at something a little differently here with love, sincerity. You do have a support system around you, whether you believe it or not. It could be community too, friends that could be family. Cancer. What Auntie says is Mars is coming into your sign, so you may feel more motivated, protective, and irritable. But the trick is making sure you're acting from emotional clarity rather than emotional reaction, especially if you're feeling burnt out. Look out for going into defense mode before deciding whether there's actually something you need to defend against. And your affirmation, I act from emotional strength, not emotional urgency. Because I feel this energy of like feeling defensiveness here for needing to do something on oneself, but you got a lot of support here. All right, that's what I got here for you, Cancer. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below, and we're going to move on to the unlocked bonus. Debbie says, when I was a kid, I got my homework. Your cat would come lay on your paper. Whiskers, I have his cat bed like right on this side. I've tried moving it there. It's just like once he found out he can get on this table, It's all bets are off. And I cover this table so much, and he still tries to find a way on, and it's just annoying. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find the Two of Swords. I took that row down and I did not mean to do so, and that was on me, but I remember the cards that were on there, so I'm just looking for it really quick before we break into the final collective reading. It's here somewhere. I know it. I just saw it. Of course, it's going to be like the last one. Watch it be the last one. I don't know where it went, but it says Two of Swords. Two of Swords and the Three of Swords. So if it comes back out, we know it's there. Yes, let's do a big shout out here to our sponsors and to our moderators here. And we lost the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords, but they were up here. If it comes out in the reading, it's meant to be. All right, we're going to roll the dice. Friskers knocked the other dice over, so we're using this one. Ready? We're going to roll. We're going to roll. Let's see what we got. Reminder before we roll. Tomorrow night at 5:30 Central Time, 5:30. I'm going to do 5:30. All signs, what are their true intention? Love readings will be back. I also will have the updated schedule for the rest of the week. Sorry, guys, I just haven't gotten to it. This weekend kind of went crash and burn. But stay tuned. Come back tomorrow, and we'll do all signs love readings. Okay? Yeah. Boom. Here we go. We have Aries. Aries is in the house, including Scorpio. Scorpio is here. Who else is back? Our Leos are back. We have Pisces energy. Two more rolls. We have Taurus, the bulls. And we have Sagittarius. So those are the signs that we received. If you have any of those signs in your chart, this reading may be for you, but just a reminder that if you feel intuitively guided to listen to this message, well, it may be for you too. All right, so just listen to it. Take what resonates, leave the rest. We always go a little bit deeper. Thank you, Star and Debbie, for posting what the signs are. All right. Ooh, emotionally feeling a little bit stuck this week, fighting a change. Okay, let's see the external reason why. Oh, Two of Cups. It comes with a connection, a deep connection. Integration here, the Empress. Okay. There's something here that you, collective, are fighting to truly seeing a different perception when it comes to a deep connection. Now, the integration of this is maturity. All four queens in one with Taurus and Libra energy showing up as the Empress. But the Empress is open to receive. The Empress understands harsh lessons of life cycles, meaning she knows when to let go, let things evolve. And the integration is that even though you've been fighting this change, this transformation, it's also allowing you to evolve and integrate the Empress within you. Oh, okay. Let's get some more validation here on that transformation this week. 3 of Cups. It doesn't mean that there aren't deep bonds and connections around you. In fact, there are a lot around you that showed up into your support. Don't forget 9 of Cups here, the 10 of Cups. But it doesn't necessarily mean there's an individual here who's in that circle. Because with these cups, I see the 5 of Cups. There may be some guilt and shame. Maybe my collective here is still having some residual of guilt and shame for moving on, choosing oneself. 2 of Cups here with the Queen of Pentacles here reversed. Maybe there was an individual here, could have been dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, who took and took and took, and surfacely here took too much and really didn't even understand their own worth and chipped at yours. There's an individual here where someone here was moving very fast in a direction here that was consuming you or using you. The integration of that Empress. Unfinished business, something here that you aren't ready to resolve, but also realizing that internally you need to move on and move forward. The world here is really receiving the rewards of the greater gift that this is offering you. You may not necessarily feel like this is a gift, but there's a new integration of this. We're going to see how you're responding to this unfinished business, this unresolved feelings of emotions. Maybe you're missing someone. Maybe you're feeling guilty about something, but you're healing. You're also, there's something here in your vulnerability that allows for a miracle to happen, Aquarius energy. And this miracle this week may not come in the shape and form of this connection. Okay, it could come in a version of somebody else. It could come in the version here of wealth, your well-being, recognition, success. But the greater opportunity here with the 9 of Cups here reversed is you're not selfish. You actually deserve this. And the challenge card that was in here originally was the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Swords. It's missing because I can't find it because Frisker's, I don't know. He charged in, my cat charged in and got me a little bit all over the place. But the challenge here was a challenge card, and that always goes with the reversal. This unfinished business is ready to be processed. And these desires where it may feel like, oh my gosh, all of the stuff is being flooded into me now, it's because it's well-deserved. You're showing up as the Empress. The greater gain here is now what you do next with this. Some of you, there's an influx of money coming your way. Others of you, it's a new connection that is going to deepen. You know, you're not looking for the past anymore to come back. Or Friskers, who's about to jump on the table again. I just blocked him. You gotta wait. Yeah. King of Swords to the Queen of Swords here is you're not on a knee here to accept apologies here or give apologies here, but you may be receiving some news here and you may be a little bit more critical about it, but you're looking for honesty. You're looking for truth. You're looking for justice. And the 5 of Swords here, the 6 of Swords is that it may have taken you here to leave a situation and move forward in that ugly scenario here where someone didn't understand you, but you also were in a different vibration with that individual. That connection allowed you to move forward and to trust your intuition. Your final message is this from Auntie. This week has a lot to say about identity, perception, and action. We've got Venus asking whether we're seeing clearly, Mars asking what we're willing to protect, and Mercury bringing information, and an eclipse asking whether an old version of ourselves still fits. So don't rush the label for whatever happens this week as good or bad. Just pay attention to what is revealing. Look out for trying to preserve something simply because it's familiar. And I think that's what you're kind of letting go is this, you know, this kind of like this ego with this individual. Your affirmation. I trust what is being revealed and I give my permission to respond as the person I'm becoming. Receive this gift with compassion, love, and grace. You deserve this win this week. All right. That's what I got here for you guys. Like I said, I will be back here tomorrow evening, but there's always going to be more messages on the other side here at Harmonia Friends. Very easy to join. You can just join on YouTube using the join button. I recommend on desktop, or you can go through my website to get access to the entire vault of readings. You guys take care. Have a good evening. Bye.